fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Many of you may recognize this quote from the opening scene of the iconic 2007 animated comedy film, The Bee Movie. The Bee Movie highlights the life of a cartoon bee named Barry Benson, voiced by Jerry Seinfeld, and begins with his struggles finding his place in the hive. After multiple attempts to find his perfect role, he ends up struggling to fit into any of them. Unlike the others, he was never interested in stirring the honey or being a stung bee. This is made even worse as he sees his friends and everyone around him have already discovered what they will be doing for literally the rest of their lives. Because Barry compares himself to the other bees, he spirals into a deep feeling of loneliness and shame. Although the movie is now seen as more of a meme today, through Barry's experiences, we can start to understand how we are truly supposed to live our lives. The Bee Movie has always been a favorite in my family. It is the go-to movie when we can't think of anything else to watch, and it never seems to get old. Because I've watched this movie well over 20 times, I've had plenty of time to reflect on some of the great quotes, like the introduction. Bees don't confine themselves to what humans think they are capable of. Instead, they define their own limits. They don't need someone else's opinion. It's irrelevant to them. In fact, so many of us worry about what others think of us, but in reality, none of it matters. Now, this concept is easy to comprehend, but actually difficult to put into practice, speaking from personal experience. Today, I hope that I can convince you that, in fact, it is true that it doesn't matter what people think of you at all. I'm sure that you can think of a time in your life when one of your decisions or personal choices or interests was criticized for being weird or uncool, and you were treated differently because of it. But why do we still make these decisions anyway, if we know that we'll be ridiculed for making them? For me, the answer is simple. It's out of passion, pride, and acceptance. If you are truly passionate about something, you'll not feel the need to fit in or the need to gain acceptance from anyone. Activities like Boy Scouts, Vista Band, Cadence, and of course, esports are all passions of mine. And although they might not be the most cool, I have accepted that these things are what I truly enjoy, and there is nothing you can do to deter me from that. Like Barry, I've always struggled with fitting in. I was never the most athletic, nor the most popular, and even today I continue to struggle with opening up and being myself around others. These issues with fitting in and comparing myself to others go back as early as I can remember, and they seem to only get worse as soon as I approach high school. Upon entering STA, I noticed right away that the culture I had just dove headfirst into was centered on high achievement and an unhealthy amount of competition. This aspect of STA is something that I believe needs to change. When we are competing and comparing ourselves to each other all the time, it takes away what is unique about each one of us. Overly competitive environments force us to make decisions that we think will make us look the best. We need to change our psychology from, I'm gonna do what everybody else does because I'm afraid of sticking out, to, I'm gonna do my own thing because I want to stick out from the competition. This wasn't an issue that lasted a few weeks or even a few months, no. It was an issue that persisted all through my freshman and sophomore year, even some of my junior year. It took me too long to realize that all of it doesn't matter. In competitive environments like STA, it is simply best to just accept who you are and move on. Instead of making decisions based on what you think people will think of you, make decisions based on what you find the most enjoyable. There were times where I would come home from school, mentally broken down from trying to fit in, that it made me feel like giving up and leaving STA. But it only got better once I accepted myself and took pride in what I do. My brother Liam has always helped me through all my tough times. He is always there to make me smile. Keep working hard, and although I may be annoying sometimes, it's all out of love for you. I couldn't ask for a better brother. Now that I just opened up about how terrible my first half of my STA career was, I encourage you all not to make the same mistake as I did. I know it is easier said than done, but for all those who are struggling with acceptance or fitting in, hang in there. Take each day at a time and make an effort every day to evaluate if you are truly prideful in what you do. If you are doing something just so it looks good on a college application, something you were forced into doing, or something that you don't take pride in, take a minute and remember that it's the traits that make you strange that are the gifts that make you unique. Because at the end of the day, It is about what makes you happy, not what makes others happy. My dad has always been there to support me in anything I do, whether it was coaching my hockey team or being a troop leader. I'm so glad he has been so supportive of me through my journey in life so far. Words cannot describe how grateful I am for my mom. Through all my hardships and triumphs, occasional homework help, daily funny moments, or deep psychology discussions, I know she'll always be by my side, and I'm so thankful for all she has done for me over the years, including teaching me to be proud of who I am. I love you both so much. At the end of the Bee movie, Barry finally finds his perfect job, being a pollen jock, and he is finally able to take pride in something that means something to him. I believe that I've reached that stage where I've found that thing that I truly enjoy, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in the past 4 years because of it. Find that one thing that you truly enjoy, something you truly take pride in and are passionate about, and stick with it, even through the ridicule and judgment you may face. And in the words of Jim Carrey, you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take the chance on doing what you love, because your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Next time you doubt yourself because of someone else, just know that as long as you are passionate and prideful about what you're doing, nothing else really matters. Because the bee, of course, flies anyway. Thank you, God bless, and go Sabres.